It's Renata, and today I would like to talk to the person who wants to start an e-commerce store. This individual already has their inventory, already has their professional photos taken, and they just don't have really the budget for a professional website. But you don't want to sit on top of your inventory and let it collect dust when you've invested all of your money and efforts and energy into it. You want to get that stuff sold. So what do? Well, I want to go over a couple of ways on how you can get started without having a website. So here we go. The first place you can try is Amazon. Amazon is, I believe it is the world's largest e-commerce platform for you to sell on. It has a lot of perks. It's a great place to start. Amazon, when you go to register, you can register as an individual or a professional. I suggest that you register as a professional for a number of reasons. The first one is that there's a 15% selling commission plus 99 cents per sale if you are selling on Amazon. If you register as a professional, the 99 cents per sale is waived. Now you do have to pay $39.95 per month to sell as a professional on Amazon, but it's really worth it in the end when you start calculating up all the fees that you would incur as an individual seller. Professional sellers can create listings for products that are not listed on Amazon already, which is awesome. Professional sellers can create listings for products that are not currently selling on Amazon already, which is awesome. And you can create product bundles, which really increases your profits. So that's a plus. Additionally, Amazon has several categories that are restricted, and you must have a professional registration with Amazon in order to get access to apply to sell in those categories. And some of those categories include shoes, jewelry, clothing, things of that nature. So you don't get very much with the individual seller option. So I highly advise doing the professional seller option if you really want to take things, to the next level with your store. If you are going to sell on Amazon, I highly suggest you use the FBA option. What is FBA? Okay, FBA is fulfillment by Amazon. And what that is, it's a program where you can send all of your merchandise to Amazon, and they handle everything for you. They ship it for you. They also handle your customer service. They handle your refunds and your returns, which is amazing. Now, the fees for FBA are higher than merchant fulfilled. And merchant fulfilled is when you, the merchant, ship the product on your own. But it can really triple your sales by using FBA. So it kind of is worth using the FBA option. Additionally, some of the fees are offset because FBA by Amazon, they include all of the shipping supplies in the fees. So you don't have to worry about packaging and boxes and tape and all of that stuff. The FBA program will take care of all of that for you. Plus, it frees up a lot of your time, because if you are a seller, time is everything. Time is money. And you need time to do market research, to do marketing, to do all of the other things that store owners and merchants have to do to keep the business running. So using the FBA option with Amazon is a great way to save time. And in the end, it's just the cost of doing business. So it's worth it. You can also, this is my number 2 option, sell on eBay. Selling on eBay is super easy. All you need is a valid credit card or debit card or bank account. It just needs to be current, and you need to be able to verify that the account is in good standing and that it's yours. That's really all you have to do to get started. I do highly recommend that you become PayPal verified. You want to become PayPal verified just pretty much to let eBay know that you're on the up and up. So it's a good idea to do that. If you do a store, they will show that you are a PayPal verified merchant. Not to mention, most people pay for their purchases on eBay via PayPal, despite the fact that PayPal and eBay are now two separate companies. Now, the fees for eBay are different depending on what you are selling. It totally varies. And on eBay, you can sell anything from cars to socks if you want. So your options are totally wide open, but as I said, the fees do vary depending on what you are selling. There are also PayPal fees to keep in mind, as well as seller tool fees. eBay is really great about offering a set amount of free insertion fees. If you're selling on eBay, I believe it's 50 free insertion fees a month, which means that you don't have to pay to actually list, which is awesome. You know, it's a great way to get started, especially if you are a low volume seller, or it's just like a hobby or something that you do in your free time just to make a little extra cash. So after you have exhausted your free insertion fees, you do have to pay those insertion fees. So you will be subject to the final value fee, which is the total amount of what you have charged the buyer. That includes any shipping fees, the cost of the item, and any other fees that you may have charged the buyer. And they take a percentage of that. It does not include sales tax. They don't charge you based upon the sales tax that's incurred to the buyer on the product that you're selling. There are advanced listing options as well as supplemental services that you can take advantage of, but do keep in mind that there are fees for that as well. I know it sounds like a lot of fees, but as I said, it's really just the cost of doing business. And you're paying these fees to afford yourself some flexibility and time. And if you don't have a website, guess what? You need to pay the fees. When I sell on eBay, I hardly ever notice the fees being taken out. And I selected the options to where my monthly fees are taken out directly from my PayPal account. So like I said, I hardly even notice it. It's not a big deal. I will say that selling on eBay is much easier than selling on Amazon. Amazon is very thorough. There's a lot of stuff to fill out, and doing a listing requires some time. Doing a listing really anywhere online on any platform requires time, but in my experience, Amazon takes the most amount of time to list a product. So it is what it is. You pick your poison, or you can pick both. Listing on eBay is very straightforward. You simply start typing in what you're going to list and the category that you want to list it in. eBay is really awesome about this though. If it's a popular item that you are going to list, eBay will let you know if there's a listing that's similar to what you're about to list. And then you can actually use that listing instead of creating one for yourself, which is great. That saves you a lot of time. And it lets you preview what the listing looks like before you opt to do it. If you choose not to, then you can always manually do your own listing, which is great too. If you do choose to create your own listing, you can manipulate the HTML if you know a little bit of coding to personalize what your listing looks like. And just add anything special that you want to include, like your logo or something like that. You can add up to 12 photos on your listing, and then your listing is pretty much complete. You can list from your computer, or you can list from the mobile app. It's totally up to you. I will say that the mobile app is slightly limited, not so much to where you can't use it to list, but sometimes the items in your dashboard aren't updated in real time like it would be on your computer. So if you are going to list on your phone, I highly suggest that you double check at a later time when you can get to your computer, just to make sure that everything is on the up and up and looks good. What's also great is if your item doesn't sell, you can opt to have the listing automatically renewed without you having to lift a finger. It's great. So you don't have to do anything, and all of your listings are stored in your dashboard. So everything that you list stays in your dashboard. So say you want to take a break from selling a certain item, you can always come back months later if you want and start to resell that item again. If you want to create an eBay store as opposed to selling as an individual, you can do that starting at $19.95 a month plus the listing insertion fees. I think they started around 25 cents per listing, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that one though. Another great place to sell is on Bonanza. I don't know if you've ever heard about Bonanza before, but it's even easier to list on Bonanza than it is on eBay. Listing on Bonanza is really, really awesome because you can actually directly import your listings from eBay directly into Bonanza. So you don't even have to do anything additional, which is fantastic. I think you can, I'm not sure, but I want to say you can import your listings from Etsy as well, and possibly Amazon too. I will have to double check on that, but I know for certain that you can import your listings from eBay into Bonanza. What is really great about Bonanza is that it's, as I said, it's really easy to navigate, very straightforward, but there are no listing fees. What? That's awesome, right? No listing fees. The only fee that you incur is the final value fee, and you're not going to be able to run away from that no matter where you list. There's always a final value fee because they have to make their money somehow. But that's really, really cool that you can actually get away with no listing fees. What is also great about Bonanza is as long as you are using the right keyword items for your products that you're listing, Google starts crawling those listings right away. When I first started using Bonanza, like within minutes of putting a few of my listings up, I got an email notification from Bonanza stating that Google was crawling my items already. And I was like, great, that's more visibility for me, like right away. So that is a really, really awesome feature that is available to you on Bonanza. What is problematic about Bonanza is their reach. They don't have a lot of traffic. That's the it's the unfortunate part. But it is a great way to increase your visibility on Google search. So it's worth a try, it's worth a shot, and you can always direct people to your Bonanza store. It's totally up to you, but it is another option for you to try. Now, I will say this, there are a lot of mixed reviews on Bonanza. If you do a search just to see what people are saying about Bonanza, it's half and half. What I found was most people had a problem with customer service, but that is if you are a consumer, and I think that really has to do with the seller that you're dealing with. So some people are saying that Bonanza is not communicative, if there's a problem. But as I said, that really goes in line with the person who is selling on Bonanza. So hopefully you won't be that kind of seller and give Bonanza a bad rap. I personally haven't had any customer service issues whatsoever. So it's worth a try. It's free. Why not? Bonanza is also really great at keeping you informed. They send you regular sales emails just to let you know what your performance is. I will say that it can get a little annoying at times, but it's better to be informed than to not know what the hell is going on. I would recommend Bonanza just to give it a shot. It may not be for you, but it is an option. Then there's Spreezy. I love Spreezy. Spreezy is awesome. It is equally easy to navigate, just like Bonanza. I mean, they're pretty much neck and neck in terms of figuring out how to get the listings done. It's not rocket science. It's good stuff too. What I love about Bonanza is they have this option which they call social commerce. Whoa, it's awesome. You're gonna love it. Spreezy gives you the option to create shoppable posts. So you'll have your Spreezy store. Now I will say the storefront is not all that. It's not horrible, but it's not like awesome either. But it doesn't matter because they definitely will generate sales for you with the shoppable post. The shoppable posts allow you to post your items that you've listed on both Instagram and Facebook. So there's two options there. You'll have a column where there's a post for your Instagram and then another one for your Facebook. So with your Facebook, assuming you've already linked your Facebook to Spreezy, you'll see the listing that you've created, and it has all of the options available, in accordance to what you have declared is available in your listing, and you just click on the post button at the bottom. So once a Spreezy post shows up in your Facebook feed and someone sees it and they're interested in purchasing your product, all they have to do is put their email address in the comments section. Once they do that, Spreezy automatically will send the customer an invoice. What? That's awesome, right? So you don't even have to do anything. All you have to do is let Spreezy do the work for you. And so they will automatically be sent the invoice. They can pay the invoice. Then you get notified that they paid the invoice, and then bam, you're on your way, and you just go ahead and ship the product out to them. And you will have all of their contact information so you can get in touch with them and let them know, hey, your product is on its way. It's great. It's fantastic. And you can do the same thing with the Instagram option. Instagram is a little different though. What they do is once you hit the post button, you are emailed the post description. And you have to copy and paste that into Instagram along with the photo that you want to post. So that part is not that awesome because you're going to have to do a little bit extra work, but it still works the same, so it's worth it. So you essentially would just copy and paste the post details into your Instagram along with a photo of the item. And then you, of course, can add whatever hashtags you want to add. And then someone can just comment on it. And then same thing. They'll be emailed an invoice where they can pay. Then you will get their contact information and details. And then you, of course, we get in touch with them and let them know that their product is on the way. So, yeah, it's a little bit more work, but you can't really complain when you don't have a website. Plus, it definitely does increase your social reach. So, Spreezy is awesome in that respect. Lastly, and this might be a kind of way to sell that you hadn't thought about before, you can sell on Pinterest. I know you may be wondering how. It's super easy. So all you have to do, if you haven't already created an account with Pinterest, go ahead and create your account with Pinterest. And then you're going to take the photo of the item that you want to detail and post. Put that on a board. So create a board. Say you're selling jewelry. No, say you're selling jewelry, all kinds of jewelry, and this post is a ring. So create a ring board. So on your ring board, you have this awesome ring that you wanna share, what have you. Upload the photo, and in the description, you're gonna want to put the description of what the item is. You don't necessarily have to do it that way. You can just say, I don't know, you could do like a little short blurb or a short description of what the item is. You can let the people know who are looking at your post that they can purchase it if they'd like, and just direct them to click on the photo. So in the website section of the post that you're putting in Pinterest, what you're going to do is you're going to link to one of these stores that we just talked about, one of these platforms, one of these selling platforms. You can do your eBay, your Bonanza, your Spreezy. If you use Shopify, you can do your Shopify. Totally up to you. So put the link to the product in the website URL area that's available to you on your Pinterest. And then bam, you got a sale. It's great, it's easy, it's awesome, and all of that. You can use all of these platforms. You don't have to just use one. You can use all of them, and that way you are flooding the market. And so you want to do that with your brand. Flood the market with your brand. It's very important to do that so people can find you. So those are just a few ideas that you can try using if you don't have a website and you want to get to selling. And so I hope that you found this helpful. You can visit my store at www.wearmylabels.com. Now, labels is spelled L-A-B-E-L-L-S, like Bell, Renata Bell. So I hope you enjoyed this. I thank you for your time. If this was helpful, share it with a friend. Love you much. Bye. Hey, don't leave yet. Stick around and click on one of those videos to see what else I have in store for you.